Live from New York, it's Ask an Engineer.
It's a very echoey Ask Engineer.
That's
yes,
right.
We're broadcasting live from downtown Manhattan in the cave.
That's right.
Now empty cave.
Yeah.
We still have an exciting show. We even have a prize at the end for our trivia.
Yep.
And all sorts of stuff. It was a great show and tell, which is why we're a minute late. But we'll talk about that and you can also watch
Big
it.
show, big news. Here's what's going to be on the show tonight. Tonight's code is Makey Makey. We'll talk about the new product from Jay Silver and Eric Rosenbaum. We have an awesome epic show and tell to tell you about. We've got some news about the Adafruit YouTube channel. Ada Lovelace Day coming up. Electronic Halloween is in full effect. We did Inventory Day. We have EE Bookshelf from Kevin Townsend, K-Town. A job from the Adafruit Jobs Board. News around the web featuring Adafruit. The mailbag. Open source hardware news. Classes in New York City. A trip to the Adafruit learning system. Raspberry Pi news. New products. Top secret products. We'll answer your questions. We'll have a trivia question. All that and more. And a cat. He's still here.
Yeah.
All on
We did inventory.
Ask an Engineer.
We have one MOSFET.
Okay.
I was worried. I was like, did we have
Alright.
2 MOSFETs or 1 MOSFET?
So, first up.
Phil, where's all our stuff?
Yeah, so first up, let me explain what's going on.
Where's all our stuff?
Yeah, let me explain what's been going on for a while. So, things are a little echoey because Adafruit at 80 Nassau, the location that you've seen on all of your packages
For 5 years.
for the last 5 years or so, is completely empty.
Except for the cat.
All there is a house cat and us and,
And a table.
and this camera and this table, and that's it.
Cat?
Adafruit moved the entire company
And the cat's about to leave.
in basically less than 24 hours.
Yeah, it was pretty epic.
We moved everything. We had a professional moving team. We're going to talk about all of the process from the day we started looking for this space, 9 months ago, to today. It's as if we just gave birth. We're going to go through all the details of leases and what we had to do with talking to a specific time for broker, to lawyers, to the documents.
Lots of faxing.
Yeah.
We had a lot of faxing.
So it's a really big deal. We're going from less than 2,000 square feet to over 12,000 square feet. So I apologize for the echoes tonight, but literally just a few minutes ago we swept up the last little chip that was on the floor.
Yeah, I found like a tube of -32 4s over there.
Yeah.
328.
So we'll have lots of photos starting this week on the blog, and we did a really good job, I think, of kind of telling the story of what it's like to get a place in Manhattan when you're a factory. You're on the New York City Industrial Manufacturing Council, and this is one of the things that you're talking about when you go meet with the group of people that the mayor has had a group appointed to talk about this, because it's very hard to be a manufacturing facility in New York City. We're full up.
We were probably the only electronic makers in Manhattan, electronic manufacturing house. I don't think there's any others, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so we're in Soho, which is known as the design capital, fashion capital, and we're a couple blocks from the Apple Store. So
our new location.
In our new location, and we'll have a video tour that folks will be able to do. We're working on some really big, beefy internet connections, so we'll have some live streaming. We have workshops that we're going to talk about ahead. This is kind of Adafruit 2.0. It's a big deal.
We're out of beta.
Yeah. On a business note, we did not take any loans. We did not take any venture capital. This is what all of the employees at Adafruit and what Lamore and I decided to put everything we own in.
Well, it's cool because if we've got this far running it out of a 2,000 square foot live-work apartment, think of what we can do if we have our own factory.
Yeah.
The actual space with 220 power. Yes.
Yeah.
And which I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
I really want to get it.
600 amps.
600 amps.
Yeah.
So we won't have to only be able to run either the laser or the pick and place. We couldn't run both at the same time here because we'd actually blow the breaker.
Yeah.
So I'm excited that
Yeah.
It's out.
Next week, I actually don't know where we're going to do the show because, this place is kind of closed down that we're in right now. We might be doing it from our apartment. We might be doing it from another location. We're actually working on two multiple high-speed 100 up, 100 down internet connections. These are beefy. They take a while to get installed. But no disruption in service for Adafruit customers. You place an order.
We're shipping.
It's shipping.
Yeah, we did shipping today.
We did a big move. I haven't slept in a few days, so right after the show I'm going to crash.
Yeah.
But Monday morning I will be back online, me personally, at 4 a.m. So don't worry about that. So let's dive into the show. Again, sorry for the echoes, folks, but it was either not do the show or do the show. This is
the only show we got.
This is how we do it.
Well,
Ask an engineer now with more echo.
We don't have DSL at the.
Yeah.
We only have a DSL at the other place.
Okay. So the code tonight is Makey Makey. Use the code Makey Makey for 10% off Adafruit kits. Lots of different things, including the Makey Makey from Jay Silver and Eric Rosenbaum. And we'll be talking about the Makey Makey that Jay has kind of pioneered and got out there. It's a beautiful kit. We did. It was our first shipment in our new space. These kits from Jay.
We got them Friday night.
Yeah.
It was like the last shipment out. So we're excited. I haven't had a chance to play with them.
That was
we got it and we're like, we have to unpack.
Our very first package, and Jay worked with Mitch Altman, who everyone knows, who we worked with for years. So.
And Jay also did, of course, the draw audio with us.
That's right. Okay, so let's just dive in. The show and tell happened. This was an epic show and tell. There was a lot of people in the show and tell. Thank you so much, everyone who showed up. We had to go pretty fast, but let's go through these.
Okay.
James had an awesome head tracking system for the Xbox 360.
This had really he had triangle of LEDs. He had 3 LEDs hanging off of his head, and so they made a triangle, which meant that the IR camera for the Wiimote could easily find the Xbox coordinates, and you could a microcontroller, a very basic microcontroller, could do head tracking just by looking for these 3 dots. And then he put some digipots on his Xbox controller. He just pulled the pots off the controllers, and he put the digipots on, and then that's how he controlled his first-person shooter. So he could just lean, and it would go. And he said it was really good for alleys.
Yeah, and Phil from Adafruit, not me, Phil, West Coast Phil. He built this beautiful LED costume, and we're actually going to show that. So we're going to skip that one from now. Stick around in the show. We have a video, and we actually have the how-to portion of it.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal. It's exactly
creepy.
After a long day. I wasn't sure if it was real. It was so surreal. Okay. Next up we have Lon, and Lon built this really neat thing that we always hear about. People want an applause meter at a conference.
Or an event
or something. And so he actually built this beautiful applause meter using the LED strip.
Yeah, he used the LED dots, and then he used also our LED matrix breakouts and the bicolor ones. And he made a miniature, you put 3 of them in a row, so you could scroll messages in red, yellow, or green, and it works really good. We have all the codes, so it's probably not that hard to do.
Yeah. We had a couple of Rays show up. We had a Ray and a Raymond. Yeah. Ray did this really neat. It was called Squareware, and it's little wearable circuit boards that he did a couple cool projects. The first one was it was sewn into a shirt. It had this
heart,
and it had one was I think a bag, and it had these cool LEDs.
The bag was the LED.
Yeah, and another one was a heart, and he used the magnet so it could go on. And then the other one had a hat, and if it was too hot, it would glow red, and if it was just right, it was green, and if it was cold, it would be blue.
Yeah.
One of the cool things is, since we do the show and tell using Google Plus Hangout Live, I think I got all the words in the right order, it's automatically recorded, and it's probably already up on YouTube.
Yeah, go check out YouTube.
So right after the show, go check this out. Next up.
Raymond. Raymond had his a teensy in a cigar box. So he wanted to duplicate those Heathkit 101 projects.
Yeah.
So he took a bunch of our waterproof LED buttons and it looked like a 128 by 64 pixel display, a monochrome display. And he put it in. He had some breakouts and some nice box and a panel mount USB, and so he could do his teensy projects without having to have stuff, and there's a breadboard attached.
Yeah,
so
and I like it because every time he got a new sensor, he could just plug it in and play. And it is kind of like building your own 101 electronics projects. It's a very good idea. This is something that kids in schools would start to look at. And like it's a hat tip to the past with the Heath kids. I really liked it a lot. Next up, Scott did something really cool. He kind of reverse engineered his alarm system so a Raspberry Pi and an Arduino could together send him alerts.
It was like a shift register, and he.
It was super cool.
Yeah, he grabbed the data off of the shift register using an Arduino because he said the Raspberry Pi was not getting all the pulse changes. So because it's a Raspberry Pi, well, you could you'd have to write a driver for it and have it be interrupt based. Yeah. So instead, he used an Arduino just to capture that data and then transmit to the Pi, and the Pi sends an email. Yeah. So he talked about how like he got one off of eBay because when he was messing with his the alarm company called him and was like, something's wrong with your alarm. He's like, no, I'm just connecting it.
Yeah, he said he was in a taxi in New York and his alarm company, detected a problem. Normally they call you when someone's breaking in. And the reason they called is because he had a Raspberry Pi and an Arduino getting the messages that were twittering or emailing him. Very cool. And something that you mentioned during the show and tell is, very soon in the future, every alarm system is going to be like this. You're going to tell it how you want to interact with it. Very cool. Next up, Ethan lost his balloon. Ethan shows up on the show and tell, and he's been giving us great progress. Yeah. So they have a rough idea within a 10-mile radius of where the balloon is.
It's still pretty big.
Yeah, he has our ultimate GPS in it.
But he had some sort of spot radio thing, and it wasn't transmitting.
Yeah, something happened. So we're going to have him send us a link to maybe a post or something about it. And don't worry, Ethan, we'll send you out another...
I think free GPS.
Yeah, we'll give you free GPS because
we can't get your balloon.
Yeah, we can't get your balloon. And then Jeremy had a heart project. He's going to stop back. He had a microphone issue. And then George Graves had an awesome tip. It was using these squeeze bottles.
Ketchup bottles.
Yeah, from Walmart for sponging. And he also said distilled water seems to keep his soldering tips lasting longer.
Maybe.
So.
You said it once.
Yeah, the show and tell is every single week. If you're on the show and tell and you showed something cool, please let us know, and we will send you out these new show and tell stickers we had made. At Maker Faire, we saw these stickers on some projects. Very cool. All right, Lady Ada, how do they get on the show and tell?
Super easy, but watch out, it has changed. It used to be at my personal Lady Ada Google Plus page, but then we finally got permission to do it on the Adafruit page, and so we're migrating. So if you want to ever show anything in the future, please go to the Adafruit Google Plus page. Yeah, I know, it's back and forth, but Google, they only give us permission to do it on one page, and then finally give permission to do it on both, so we have to go there and visit them, right? So go to the Adafruit Google Plus page and find the post where I say, respond here to get added to the Google circle. I will add you, and then you can get invited, you'll get invited every week in the future. So, I don't think we'll ever have to do it again, because, but I know it's a little annoying because of the back and forth, but I think that's it. I think we finally got permission.
I'm going to be scooting around on this chair and this stuff here. So when we started Adafruit, we found all of the furniture mostly in the trash.
This definitely was fun.
Yeah, so a lot of today I was setting up my desk in a new place, and it's a desk that I found in the trash because in the financial district, when the financial meltdown happened, all of the companies, the stockbrokers, and the people who did all the mortgage fraud, they went out of business. So we got all these desks.
There was a good furniture hunting for a couple.
It was really nice. Yeah. And then these are just stools that someone threw away. So, anyways, but they're very uncomfortable. So, anyways, if you hear echoes,
we're suffering.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You hear the echoes, but we're sitting on those uncomfortable chairs in the world.
Okay. Anyways,
next up.
That's where we got the idea for the dumpster diving badge. Next up, some company news. Big ups and congratulations to Becky. So Becky, in addition to being director of wearable electronics, she is in charge of our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And so
which is why our YouTube channel is so awesome.
Yeah, our YouTube channel just hit 1 million views.
Yeah.
Which is a big deal. So please subscribe. That always helps us because you'll get delivered the videos the way you want, either via email or when you log into YouTube. It'll show you the latest videos from Adafruit. And we've been doing lots of behind-the-scenes videos, and there's only going to be more.
Yes.
When Becky started, we had around 400,000 views, and we've already got up to 1 million.
Yay!
And she's been here 6 months.
Yeah, she's been working hardcore for a couple months.
She's been cranking.
And it's a lovely page now, and we have more and more videos. We'll be putting up videos that will not be posted on the blog.
Yeah.
There'll be secret behind the scenes videos.
Yeah, right now what we're doing is we're taking lots of videos of all the things in production. So we'll get to this in a few minutes, but we showed a we showed a video of you actually showing the planning process of a product, later on showing it live on the pick and place machine, and then later shipping. Like, we're showing all of the pieces.
Yeah.
We're an open source company, and we said, you know what, let's just like start showing absolutely everything, because we have more people, we have more resources, and soon we'll have enough bandwidth to maybe even have that on all the time.
Can't wait till we don't have just like cable modem.
Yeah. Okay, next up. Starting Tuesday, it's Ada Lovelace Day. Stop back on the Adafruit site. We will have 24 hours of amazing women in technology. People that have maybe not been celebrated or showcased. They'll be on our blog. We did this last year. So if there's someone out there in the world of science, technology, engineering, and she's doing amazing work and just hasn't got the recognition that you think she deserves. Is
there a pledge? Can you sign up to pledge?
Yeah, just right now there's like 5 different, there's Finding Ada, there's the Ada Initiative, there's lots of stuff. Okay. We donated money, we do stuff with each one.
But you know there used to be a thing where you pledge to do a blog post.
Yeah, on the Ada Lovelace Day site, check out all the ways that you can do to help out.
It's cool.
Next up, and speaking of, there's a collection of Ada Lovelace paintings. Speaking of, do check that out. We posted those up on our site.
Where are they? Or is it online?
The BBC did a nice collection.
Okay,
yeah.
Nice.
All right. Next up, all through the month of October is Electronic Halloween. Ooh.
What happened to the version that was with the LED on? Do we have that version?
Yeah, I gotta get that.
Okay, we'll find it. We'll just take it out of storage.
Yeah, look, we moved the entire company. I was up since 4. I got the show together as good as I could.
No. I thought maybe I was hallucinating. Did I remember that there was one that was?
All right. So one of the things that came, Matt Griffin did an excellent post. He had all these costume prop stuff. This is an arc reactor.
Yeah.
So do check out the Halloween post. We have a tag, Electronic Halloween, and on the 27th of October, we're going to do the first ever Halloween costume contest on Show and Tell.
Show and Tell.
Basically, just show up and show some cool stuff. When I say contest, pretty much anybody on it, I'm going to send them something cool. So, show up with something cool.
And be sure to sign up, respond to that Show and Tell Circle thing on the Adafruit Google Plus, so you don't forget. And then you're like, oh my God, I can't do the contest.
All right.
10 minutes beforehand.
So next up, as we mentioned before, we did some inventory, and part of our inventory was we had to make sure we knew everything that was here at Adafruit. And then we had to work with a team of professional movers. These guys were fantastic. We will have that in our list of resources. One of the things that Lamora is doing as part of her goal with being on this council is showing and sharing all the companies that we work with in New York City that have helped us.
Yeah.
So we'll have a list if you're ever thinking about being a company in New York City and you need people that can professionally move something like a pick and place machine or a laser cutter or delicate electronics. We actually found what we think were the best people, and they were fantastic. On time, on budget, on everything. So it was fantastic. It was amazing. And of course our entire staff, we had staff here and then we had staff at the new place, and it was a seamless handoff.
Yeah.
No disruption in service. It was fantastic. Okay, next up. If you like Ask an Engineer, we get nominated for this streamy thing by a couple of our viewers. Do check the site. All you have to do is sign up and tweet it. Yeah. And if you like Ask an Engineer, they may give us a streamy, which means thanks for streaming your site.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways. Next up, Kevin Townsend had this great resource every week. Kevin Townsend usually posts up an awesome thing. This one is.
I'll talk about this. So basically, he's working on all sorts of RF stuff. If you remember, we showed off the $12,000 VNA that we bought him, and he's been doing all sorts of antenna experimentation, and he's doing all sorts of cool stuff. And so I guess he showed off this project. So this was an antenna kit, and it's basically looks like a dozen or 15 different antennas, both coil and strip line, and so you can actually test all these antennas. And I guess it's available. It's from CircuitCon. I don't remember who was making this, but this is really cool. So you can actually try all the different antennas and see how they compare, or take them to your VNA. So check out his blog post. He does. If you're a hardcore engineer, he's spilling all the secrets.
Yeah.
It's cool. ChipCon, I think.
Next up, yeah, Kevin was here for Maker Faire.
Yeah.
It's great. You know, if there were supersonic planes, things would be a lot easier. So, I mean, the way we made Adafruit, we can work with people all around the world. But I miss Kevin already.
Aww.
He's fun.
He's fun.
Yeah. All right. But luckily, we communicate through the blog and email and.
Well, now that we're gonna have this bigger space, we'll have more visitors.
Yeah, one of the things that we're going to probably do is investigate which type of those telepresence robots are the best.
Yeah.
And
Can MOSFET have a telepresence robot?
MOSFET is a telepresence robot. We're gonna look for one of those robots so our staff can interact with the rest of the staff, and maybe we'll let viewers play around with it too. Next up. In our jobs board this week, software engineer needed for MakerBot Industries.
Yeah, like if you're like a graphics geek or like a geo geek, like they were looking for someone to work on like their slicer and their software.
Yeah.
So if you're really into 3D stuff, printing and modeling, and you want to work at MakerBot, they're expanding as always. Yep.
So we have a pretty good hit ratio for the jobs board. We only approve jobs in the makerspace, and we don't let headhunters in or whatever. So usually if a company posts up they're looking for help or a maker who has skills, usually it works out. We're very happy with it, and it's free for everybody.
Yay.
Okay, next up, I have to put it in overdrive here. We are a sponsor of the NYU Poly Game Innovation Lab. Game Jam. It's October 19th, 20th. Look for it on our blog, more details with that. We have a mailbag this week. Okay. There's Packet the Mailbag. Okay, this week, just wanted to do a shout out for the awesome folks at Adafruit. I bought a free Minty kits, one for me and one to go to a friend teaching soldering. Well, I put mine together, and sure enough, it wasn't working. Went back and bridged the D- and D+. I have an iPad 4, and I kept getting Nocturnal message. I checked everything, even pulled up the camera, took some photos, and thinking I would have to post for help. Well, after reading all of the read before posting, I finally double-checked the batteries. I was only putting 1.3 volts. Swap fresh battery, totally works now. I haven't rechecked the voltage, and now that it's working, I was getting 3.1 out of volts, D plus, D minus, and it should be 2 volt correct. Anyways, thanks for this, possibly the best customer service in any industry. Cheers, Hop Counter.
Yay, Hop Counter.
Yeah, we put out a bunch of resources, and it's always awesome when people send us a note when they say they were able to see the documentation.
We try to make the kits as easy as possible, but knowing that it's still possible to have problems, we try to have lots of facts and help people so they don't have to post. We want people to like find the answer quickly, so we put the answers in a bunch of places.
Yeah, and the combination of our documentation with the full-time engineers that we have and hire for our customer support forums. Right now, we think this is one of the best places in the world to learn electronics. You can use our documentation, and if you need help, we have real engineers that will help you. And it's all in the forum, so it's always searchable.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and with that, it's time for a video break.
It's time to take apart a Furby.
give a Furby to Becky Stern.
So the one thing I actually didn't have a chance to check out this Furby. This is like the new Furby. But one thing I did see that I thought was very interesting is I asked, how it has an app, which is cool, which is actually very smart.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, I was like, how could they make it cheap and put in Bluetooth or 2.4 gigahertz or like what did they put in that allows it to talk? She said, oh no, it's all audio based.
Yeah.
So it's very smart. So it still has the microphone, and it's much cheaper to put in just enough processing power that it can do like the FFT on the noises and it looks for patterns. Even an 8-bit microcontroller can do an FFT rather than have it like Bluetooth or wireless.
Yeah. So when like new stuff comes up like this, like Furbies, we generally get one to take apart and see if there's any cool like tricks because they've completely optimized for everything, and they make these by like the millions, or at least they hope they do. So anyways, we'll have some cool hacks and projects.
Yeah, I want to check it out too.
Yeah, so that was from Becky.
We have to pry it out of Becky's paws.
Yeah. All right, we're at the halfway mark, so I have to speed it up a little bit. Open source hardware news this week. Some news in open source hardware. So, if you are in Manhattan, there is a Hack Manhattan KiCad class. Take this. Lots of people keep talking about, wouldn't it be great if everyone was using Gita and KiCad? And our response is, please go out and teach classes. We have badges that we can give you if you teach workshops. You can help out somehow. Free tools are fantastic. It's a lot of work to teach people how to use them. Please do that.
Yeah.
But besides that, now Eagle 6 exports as XML, so we all are heading to a place where everyone will be able to exchange files, but having free tools is always fun. And speaking of free tools, the FSF, the Free Software Foundation, now has a certification program for hardware.
Which is very interesting.
It was a little weird. A few years ago, because I wrote an article about open source hardware, free software, and open source and free software. Usually, these two camps, believe it or not, because they're nearly identical, they don't get along. This is just my opinion. They don't get along. There's always a fight. It's free. You have to call it FOSS. You have to call it open source hardware. Blah, blah. You have to call it open source. So, anyways, FSF is now they'll certify your hardware as respecting freedom. So, of course,
check it out.
We're in the middle of a move, so I haven't got a chance to dig into this. But basically, it's a good idea. It's very
interesting. It's a little bit, it's very strict, which is fine. Unfortunately, you're not allowed to use non-open source software to do your circuit boards. And I use Eagle because this is what I know.
Yeah, well, wait, I don't see. That's the thing. I don't know if that's true because someone in our comments said someone from the FSF posted and said that's okay, but we have to look.
There's an open format. Everything in Eagle 6, and I looked at the format. It is human readable.
Yeah. So here,
it's long.
So here's the thing. The first part was I'm kind of pleased to see this because Richard Stallman, who's kind of known for the FSF, said I see no social imperative to treat hardware the same as software. So obviously they've said, they've changed their mind, which is awesome because you never want a group that won't change their mind once the data's in.
Yeah.
If the data says it's a good idea, go for it. So I think that's a really cool direction. However, there is one piece of this because I started reading all of the criteria, and the criteria has this one thing. It says the following: the seller must talk about free software instead of or more than open source. So they're still kind of stuck on saying free software versus open source.
Yeah.
So it's okay. You have to talk about free software more prominently than open source. I kind of think that part doesn't, like if you're doing all the stuff, you're releasing all your files, but you call it open source, like it's okay. I mean, like
for some people
it's okay. Like, you know what? Like, we should all just get together and kind of fight, like, the big companies, Apple and Microsoft and all that. Like,
they love it. Motorola loves this. They're like,
I just don't like being
fighting.
I don't like being divided and conquered because we're so similar with our goals. Anyways.
Yeah.
So, yes, for fun, we are going to submit one of our things for certification. And we'll see, like, if we don't get certified because we're not pure enough, I don't know.
It doesn't matter. Look, I'm just going to keep doing open source hardware while you guys aren't doing that.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time we were not invited to a party. Okay. Next up, speaking of, there's a new site called Too Long Didn't Read Legal, where you can put in 2 different types of licenses, and it'll tell you the differences between the 2. If you ever needed to know the difference between Creative Commons, Attribution Share Alike, and the GNU General Public License version 3, it'll actually tell you what you can, cannot, and must.
It's kind of nice.
This is actually the first time I've been able to explain how certain licenses interact.
Yeah.
It is an awesome tool.
Yeah.
Thank you whoever did this. Anyways.
Thank God.
Yeah. Next up.
Updates for the Adafruit learning system.
Yeah.
Check it out, learn.adafruit.com. We have dozens of tutorials.
Yeah.
We'll be adding more now that we're now that I'm no longer putting stuff in boxes. We've updated some tutorials. The first tutorial we've updated is the Mitsutoyo calipers tutorial. It's actually kind of a tutorial for any kind of calipers. People ask us like, hey, I got these calipers and like they're the best, but like what are the things you can do with it? So we have some tutorials on the 4 most common measurements and some measurement tips and tricks. Nothing that isn't a really big deal if you haven't been working in a shop, but if you don't live in a shop or have somebody usually into using calipers, it's a good read. Also, some tips maybe you don't know. Next up, the Hunt the Wumpus tutorial using our RGB Arduino shield has been updated to use the learning system. Check that out, it's kind of fun because you can play Hunt the Wumpus on Arduino, so you can actually play Hunt the Wumpus anywhere you go. It's color coded, it's kind of cool. It goes red when the Wumpus gets you. We've also updated our LED matrix backpack tutorial. I think I added the information on how to set the addresses and connect multiple matrices together, so that's cool. Oh, and this is a new tutorial. Ooh, new. We have a new tutorial by Phil Burgess, who is Paint Your Dragon, awesome person here at Adafruit who does all sorts of cool tutorials. This tutorial is how to use a speaker, some buttons, a wave shield, a matrix keypad, batteries, and a trim pot, as you see here. You put it together with your Arduino. And the new Adafruit microphone that we will talk about shortly, the microphone amplifier, and this is what it looks like when it's assembled. And you can even battery power it and mount onto a plate, and you can turn it into your awesome voice changer / effects box. And the best way to describe this is to show a video.
All right, another video. There we go.
Wow, it's October already. You know what that means. Columbus Day. No, Halloween. All month long on the Adafruit blog, we'll be showcasing your electronic Halloween projects. Here's one of ours to get you started. The Adafruit Wave Shield lets you easily add sound effects to any Arduino project. Just load an SD card with some wave files and write a little bit of code to trigger these based on buttons or other sensor inputs. You could add sound effects to your candy bucket or your costume. Or your dog's costume.
Hi there. My master made me this collar so that I may talk.
And we have a new treat this month too, the Adafruit Microphone Amplifier Breakout. This lets us add audio input to an Arduino project, just like the Wave Shield gave us audio output. And there's a trick too. We can use the two together and make a real-time voice changer. It's perfect for Halloween.
Edgar, this is your tummy speaking.
We represent the Lollipop Guild.
Do not underestimate the power of the Force. Daisy, give me your answer, do.
I'm only 3.5 years old.
I'm a scary monster. Roar!
Now when you have something cool to share, remember to use the Show and Tell feature in our Circuit Playground for iOS. You might see your project showcased on the Adafruit blog. Oh, and there's one more thing. On Saturday the 27th, we'll be hosting our first Halloween costume contest live on Google Plus Hangouts. So don your getup, join the hangout, share your project, maybe even win something. Isn't it great living in the future?
And then he didn't stop there.
Yeah, so Phil didn't stop.
He went crazy.
Yeah,
he went dragon.
Yeah, he went full on dragon. We have another tutorial on learn.adafruit.com. Check it out. And Phil did a great job outfitting, pretty well-known Halloween-looking things, and then some kind of more exotic and interesting things that are the things out of my personal dreams and nightmares.
They're all using. So this project is it uses Wave Shield for some of them, but also uses the LED backpacks, and so these backpacks allow you to basically put matrices anywhere really fast without any wiring problems. And so these little ones are great for costumes because they're so teeny and bright.
And then here's a video of it all in action, and it's absolutely amazing. Phil outdid himself once again.
Where I live.
You guys should still enter the costume contest because as an employee of Adafruit, he can't win.
Yeah.
So you don't have to compete against him because he's had all month and all the free Adafruit goodies he could get to get his stuff ready.
He did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
We've been working so hard with this move and everything, and
we want to do more. We want to do Halloween stuff.
And Phil sent these videos and these photos, and like I was so happy. I was like, oh my god, thank you so much. It was like. It's beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, he's taking. This is all stuff from Adafruit. Anyone can make this, and we have a tutorial for it.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. Anyways,
cool.
Some Raspberry Pi news. We're gonna zoom because we got a lot of stuff to do.
I know.
Okay, we're gonna do this. George, we might go a couple of minutes over.
Okay.
All right. So some Raspberry Pi news. Our friends at Make have a preview, early release of getting started with Raspberry Pi. Matt Richardson and Sean Wallace. Brian Jepson is editing. This is a dream team. This is gonna be.
This is like the Linux dream team.
Yeah.
They only have one chapter right now, but if you buy it, apparently it'll auto-update. So.
Yeah, and they're going to include some Adafruit hardware, and we're going to try to figure out if they can include parts of Occidentalist, which is our distro, which takes Raspbian and adds like hardware support.
Yeah.
So anyways, if you get the MCM catalog, they went all out Pi. So on the cover of MCM, which is like a really well-known, they've been around for like 35 years. This is like a big company. So the catalog is this thick. They went all out Pi. And if you go into the catalog, you'll see there's basically an entire page devoted to Adafruit stuff. They have a Raspberry Pi section and Raspberry Pi right up there with tons of really well-known brands.
That's cool.
All right.
And they're a big reseller of us, so check it out.
Yeah. Matt Griffin, one of the new folks to the Adafruit team, got his Raspberry Pi running and then showed how to do some cool stuff with VNC.
Okay.
He really likes Ubuntu, so he set up his system for Ubuntu so he can go and VNC into Raspberry Pi. Check it out.
Okay.
Next up.
We have an update from Justin and Tyler Cooper. Mostly Justin wrote this one, but Tyler was also part of this project. They're documenting the Web IDE as they've done it and as they're doing it. As we talked about before, the Web IDE is a way for you to learn Python using a web-hosted IDE on the Raspberry Pi. So it does cloud backups, but it's completely standalone, runs on the Raspberry Pi, which is awesome. And Justin has been posting up notes about his updates and what he's been doing on it. He shrunk it, and not only did he make the distro smaller, the distribution for the Web IDE smaller, but it's also installs much faster. And he also made it work better, and it's awesome. And please install the Web IDE. This is out, it's an alpha. We hope to be fully released and tutorials with it soon.
The other part is now that that Justin did the Adafruit Learning Technologies Developable Journal #1, he's now committed to it. So if you're interested in learning how Adafruit's building a lot of the stuff at Adafruit, I think if he does #1, he has to do #2, then #3, #4, #5, #6, #7. So
he's tied into.
Now he has to do it. Okay. There is some updates on the web.
Yeah, we started at like 0.9 or something, or 1.2 or 0.1, and like he's already like 6 revisions out. Which is so cool.
So do check that out. People are using it. We've already heard from educators that kids are learning Python using the new Web IDE. It's working out. It's exceeded our expectations. The move is over. We're finally going to be able to focus on
the best is yet to come.
Yeah, we have an update coming with Occidentalist soon. We have a ton of Raspberry Pi stuff. We have a ton of Arduino stuff. It's working out. Just got to get some sleep soon. Next up. Yeah. So next up.
Don't forget the code.
Yeah, we're going to do the code. So the code tonight is Makey Makey. Don't forget Makey Makey gives you 10% off many things in the Adafruit store, including the Makey Makey. Okay, so let's do new products.
It's new. It's entirely new. But we'll do it.
It's new products. We're going to get through this. Okay, first up.
We have this, this is the Colorform brush. This is a paintbrush, and it's basically, it was designed by Jay Silver with this company, and Jay Silver did the Dradio, and so they made like an assembled paintbrush version of the Dradio, and it runs on a couple batteries, and Becky even did a little video.
Yep, we have a quick video with Becky Stern.
At Adafruit, we love any toy that promotes educational play, and so I want to show you this. It's the Colorforms Brush with Genius. It has an electronic contact down the side, holds 2 AAA batteries, and has a paintbrush at the end. And when you complete the circuit, it plays music. It sounds suspiciously familiar to the Dradio, and that's because Colorforms worked with our friend Jay Silver to make this fun, interactive toy. Let me show you how it works.
The battery compartment is protected by a plastic plate secured with a Phillips head screw, and there's a water-resistant gasket in there since this is watercolor. The brush switches on with the power button on the back, which will illuminate the red LED, and sound will come out of the speaker. Dip the paintbrush in water and then your favorite color. As you begin to paint, you can touch the painting with your other hand to make music. The circuit inside is detecting the resistance between the 2 electrodes, one on the strip held in your hand and the other one touching the paintbrush.
Okay, so watch this full video on the Adafruit site on the product page for this. Now, this was built in collaboration with Jay Silver, who also worked on the Dradio, and he worked with you on the Dradio kit.
Yes,
so
we took the Dradio kit as he made it, and we actually, I would be surprised by the circuitry for the Dradio kit that we made, actually, is in the Colorform brush.
Yeah.
We made it run on a single battery and also increased the runtime and the volume, all that good stuff.
And speaking of Jay, this is, I believe, world premiere, as far as I know, on the internet. Talking about this on video, Jay and Eric Rosenbaum have the Makey Makeys for sale. These are the people who invented it. This is the Makey Makeys from Jay and Eric, and we now have them in the Adafruit store.
From Joy Labs.
And basically, I guess, Lady Ada, you can explain it. I'm just going to go through a couple more pictures.
Yeah.
They did, by the way, they did a beautiful job with the packaging.
The packaging is super cute.
It's fantastic. And why don't you explain, basically, out of the box, what the Makey Makey does?
Sure. So the Makey Makey basically acts like a keyboard or joystick. You plug it in and it has HID USB mode for those who are more technical. So it plugs in and it actually is based on the Arduino Leonardo core. So it's actually an Arduino at heart. And it uses the HID stuff to basically act like a keyboard or joystick. And then it uses a resistive touch system. I don't exactly know why they use capacitive touch. It simply uses a resistive touch system where you hold, because the human body has a resistance of about like 100 kilo ohms or so.
Yeah.
Like 10 kilo ohms to like a mega ohm or so. And the AVR, it's on the board, the microcontroller, is sensitive enough to detect the changes by when you touch it. And so the microcontroller is basically constantly polling to see whether these 6 keypads have changed. And if they have, it sends the keypad or key press to, so I guess by default it's ASDF and space and click or whatever. And so it's very simple, and then you can extend it on the outside. There's pins on the back, so you can extend it. Yeah. You can also, of course, re-upload the code to it.
And it's also an Arduino. You can also use it as an Arduino.
Yeah, you can plug it in and use it with Arduino 1.0.
Yeah, so check it out. Jay did an excellent job. The accessories that he include are really high quality. I really like. And Jay and Eric did a fantastic job. Their company, Joy Labs.
Yep.
They're the inventors. We are supporting the maker. We got a bunch of these. This was the first thing that arrived at the new Adafruit factory.
Yay!
Yeah. And
we'll have more posts and videos about it next week. We literally just want to get it in the store before the show today.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, some quick product updates.
We have a new Bus Pirate.
Yeah, Bus Pirate got updated to 3.6.
Yeah, I think the physical shape of it changed.
Yeah.
I think they may have done some bug fixes. Please check out the Bus Pirate website for, of course, more info. I don't have time to go through all the details right now.
Yeah.
Check that out.
And we're just gonna skip ahead to some stuff. We have we sold out of these super fast. These are the aluminum milled cases.
They're solid chunk aluminum milled cases. They are a little pricey, but they are awesome.
Yeah.
We have one with the Pi logo milled on, they got permission.
Yeah.
And one without. Yeah, they're just super cool. They're ultra durable. They're machine.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. They work with the Raspberry Pi team. We have more on the way. I'm going to show.
No, we have some in Sorta.
Oh, did they come in?
Yeah. We
Okay.
came in right before we had to pack up.
I don't know where I am and how I got here.
Hello.
Okay. Anyways, we have a quick little video. I'm not going to show the whole thing. You can watch it later. But Becky introduces them.
Hey guys, I'm back again today with another Raspberry Pi case. This is the Pi holder, and it's milled out of a solid block of aircraft-grade aluminum. Airplane? Airplane. Airplane. It's virtually indestructible, and we have it in both the blank and Raspberry Pi logo varieties. It goes together really easily. Let me show you how.
First, place the included plastic film and neoprene in the bottom half of the holder, followed by your Raspberry Pi with the GPIO cable, if you'd like. The top half of the case serves as a heat sink for the Raspberry Pi's heat-emitting ICs, and you should put the included thermal...
Next up, so you can watch the rest of that video later. We also work with another company, and we have these on the way right now. This is a Raspberry Pi case, once again, approved by the Raspberry Pi Foundation. Anytime the logo is used, they want people to work with them. So we're only going to stock things that the right thing, and work with the Pi Foundation.
This is a Pi Snap Together case.
Yeah.
We don't have it in stock quite yet. We'll show more about it. It's screwed together. The nice thing about this is it has these light pipes.
Yep.
So.
And then one thing that happened, and I'm sorry about this, there was a limited edition Adafruit case. They sold out instantly.
Instantly.
The Pibo folks made these for us. We're going to find out if we can get more made. We had 50. They sold out in about 15 minutes.
They sold out, yeah.
They're called the Gothy case. What?
They're more cyberpunk.
Yeah, they're gothy. Okay, we're going to keep going. George said we can run a couple minutes, so we're just going to keep running through. As we were saying before, we're starting to shoot more videos as we're doing stuff at the Adafruit factory.
Yeah.
So here's a quick video that you did, Lady Ada.
Lady Ada, what are you up to?
Hello, we're back here in the pick and place area again, and today we're going to be programming in a new board, which is always exciting here at the Adafruit factory. We're going to be doing this microphone amplifier board, so here are our nice PCBs, and we have our PCBs panelized. Oh, I have to be careful. So this is the board, and you can see we have 30 PCBs on one plate, so we can pick and place a bunch of them at a time. And this is our attack plan. So this is the export from Eagle showing what parts are where. And then we have a stencil. So all these things together, we're going to program this into pick and place, load up these reels, do this up.
Okay. Say hi, Andy. Hello. Alright, fire it up.
And now, here we are making them.
Alright, fire it up.
And here is the end result. A new product!
Yeah, that is how we do product before. Listen.
Yeah.
There was this biker thing going on.
There's a motorcycle getting down the street.
There actually is. Okay, anyways, so so this is the new product for this week. I'm trying to get out one breakout board or new design or something a week, and so this week's was the microphone amp. Usually I end up with this later in the week, but as you can tell, we kind of had to do it on Tuesday. This is a really cool microphone amp. This has actually been in. I've tried to design a microphone amp board for like a couple years now, but I finally sat down and did it. And this one uses a really nice. I was browsing the Maxim site and I found the Max 4466. This is a low cost but really high quality, low noise mic amp. And so I looked around. A lot of people, when they build electric mic amps, they just use an op amp, which there's nothing wrong with that. You can use it a JFET or a FET input amp, and it'll work fine. Electric mics have a little FET inside them already to do some amplification. But the problem is if you use an amplifier that's not designed for it, it can be really noisy. So the nice thing about this op amp is it's specifically designed for electric, so it has ultra high input impedance, and it's extremely low noise by having a very good power supply ejector ratio. So the thing is, actually, a lot of the noise that comes in from this amp comes in from the power supply. It's not from the noise. It's actually because, like for example, on Arduino, it's quite a noisy board. There's a lot of digital noise going on. But it is good enough to do with the voice changer project that Phil Burgess was showing earlier in the show. And so, yeah, he tested this amp board and he said this is like the best mic amp he's ever used. And he's like, this is awesome. This makes my project work so much better. Yeah, we designed a really good amp board. Tried to make it small, tried to make it so you could sew it onto something by having these mounting holes. And on the back, you can see also we have a little, the silver thing near the out pin is the trim pot. And so, when you're connecting this into something that's expecting line out, you can turn it down, and so you'll get about 200 millivolts peak to peak, and that's really good for when you want to connect to line in, because you don't want to, if it's too much, you'll have problems because the signal will be too high. The word I can't even remember anymore. And then if you turn it all the way up, you can have about a volt and volt 0.2, volt and a half, whatever, peak to peak. I mean, of course, if you're screaming or clapping, it'll go all the way up to 3 volts or whatever.
I think Phil's example kind of shows like kind of all the cool stuff.
Yeah. I say it's good for like if you want to use it for line in or you want to use it for a microcontroller. I put the pot on there to adjust so you can have both options.
It's super cool.
Anyways, we'll have more projects with this.
And we're also selling
just the electric mic. It's a 20 to 20. It's a 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, so it's a nice wide range. So and the mic amp board also has the same range.
Okay, let's keep going.
That's good.
You put these in.
Yeah, these are super adorable. Somebody emailed and said, hey, these are really cool. You should contact the company and carry them, and we did. And they said yes, and so we bought a bunch. These are ultra miniature 1 amp buck converters. You can give them like 5 to 30 volts or something like that. Check the data sheets. I don't remember that off the top of my head. And they'll give you 1 amp at 3.3 volts or 5 volts. No heat sink, no air cooling required, and they're completely potted and like waterproof and all that good stuff. So you can just plug them in and go. They're the easiest way to build a power supply.
This one isn't coming soon. It's not in the don't out. It's not out yet, but you can sign up for it now. So we have our Laws of Robotics poster. They're being made as we speak right now. They're in the store. You can sign up. This is limited edition. We're doing 100 to start. So this is first run, and it quotes Asimov's Laws of Robotics. Okay. That was new products. That was a race.
Railing. That's what I wanted. So you don't have your input rail. Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna do a little bit of top secret. We're just gonna go fast on these folks.
Yeah.
The top secret news was we're moving to this new location.
It doesn't look like this anymore.
John Janier is taking photos of the location once we're in. We're going to have a video tour. We're going to introduce everyone because you're our audience and our customers and our community, and you're why we're here and can pay the bills.
In this empty
yeah. Right now there is nothing here besides us and a cat. We do have this. We're starting to post our boards right before we send them out because we don't even think telling everybody in advance is going to ruin our chances of making the best products. So now we're just kind of showing stuff. Do you want to talk about some of these things?
Yeah, we have a voice mod. Ooh, I wonder what that's for. It's actually for AdaBot.
Yeah.
Voice mod. We have this watch that we showed off last week. I added some nubs.
Yeah.
We have a little Raspberry Pi breakout that I'm working on, and we have some Flora stuff.
Yeah, we're working on a project with Jeremy too, who was on the show and tell. And then we have another Raspberry Pi thing, and then we have some really awesome sensor stuff for Flora, and then we have some other stuff that you guys are going to love. Speaking of, here is a little video about Flora. We're doing our last round of testing.
Okay, Lady Ada, what are you up to?
We're back here in the pick and place production area, also testing the Flora GPS and Flora. So this is more testing. Yay, testing! This is the Flora GPS using our Ultimate GPS module. And I have it connected to an external antenna. You can remove this guy if you want to use the internal antenna. And I'm running this off a battery pack, and Becky put this on a nice sort of blue and black fabric so I can test the data logging capabilities.
Okay.
Bleep, bleep, logging.
This is way better than those new Apple maps. Okay, Lady Ada, what are you up to?
We're back here in
All right, and next up, one of the other things, I like that you've been sending me these. Right before you send off a panel, you send me your Eagle file, and I just post up a screenshot.
This is my Gerber preview of the panels. I get the PCBs panelized, and then I get them manufactured. And And I really love the way we do panelization. It makes manufacturing easy. It also makes our boards very nice because we have the rounded edges and they're easy to snap off and test. So that was the that was the Flora main board. We put 9 on a panel. And this is the Flora GPS, and we put 15 on a panel. Trying to make the panels about like 6 by 8 inches. I find that that's a good amount. You don't want to have too many boards. I try to not have more than 30 boards.
What panelization software do you use?
Actually, so you can use GerbMerge, which is a free software panelization. Because these were round, and so I had very specific needs, I actually ended up contacting the PCB house, and your PCB house will absolutely do this for you.
They work with you.
Yeah, if you have a question, if you are making a panel, like for example, Advanced Circuits, just email your sales rep and say, I want you guys to panelize this, because they have software that they can do it in half an hour, where they can tile it together and they do all the tab routing and everything, and putting fiducials and all that good stuff. So that's nice.
Someone said you should go in a gallery. I agree. I think your electronics are art, but that's just me. So anyways, sign up for Flora. We'll be shipping in a couple weeks. We're
going to drop all sorts of good stuff.
We've been taking our time with this because we want to get it right. And there'll probably be other boards that are like it, but we want to let you guys know we're working on it. All the accessories are going to work great together.
PCBs are being made right now.
We
get a stencil, and then we have to get the pick and place back up.
We wanted to keep parity with some of the new Arduinos that are coming down the line, and also the current Arduinos. So, we didn't want to just like drop something on the world. We wanted to make sure it worked within a pretty nice ecosystem. So anyways, sign up. They're going to go fast, but don't worry. We finally have the space and the equipment to make enough of everything.
I got 220 power, 600 amps. Don't mess with me.
All right, so George said we can go over a couple minutes. So we're just going to go straight to the trivia question. We can answer, we'll answer like 1 or 2 really quick questions, and we're really sorry that we had to go through all this stuff. We're kind of exhausted, so I don't know what type of answers that we're going to
Okay, you want to do a few questions?
Answer some engineering questions. Answer some engineering questions, lady. Okay, folks, you got like a couple minutes. Hit your questions. You ready? Here they come. Any tips on building a gas-powered quadcopter?
I've never seen a gas-powered quadcopter. I guess it would work. You just have to, make sure that you can also like power your electronics that do that. You still have batteries because you have to control the stabilization electronics.
Someone said be careful.
Yeah.
Okay, next up.
It is a flying bomb.
Next up, where will this show and tell page be next week? It's always going to be on the Google plus Adafruit Industries.
That's the Adafruit plus Adafruit.
Google.com/+Adafruit.
Yes.
Okay. Next, Lamore, what is your biggest inspiration for projects and product ideas?
I did flip around the web. I also talked to Adabot, I talked to the cat. I read a lot of books. Go see art shows because artists have good ideas.
Okay, working with the motor shields, I have a stepper that always shivers back and forth instead of running smooth. Any ideas on what to do?
It could be that you're running out of power, you're overheating, or it could be that your motor's wired up wrong.
Okay. Are visitors welcome in the factory? Eventually, we'll probably have something, but we're settling in, so not yet.
Do not show up unannounced. You will not be able to get in.
We actually have.
There's a security guard.
We actually have someone who will not let you in, so that's very good for us. But we will have times where people can come in. Next up, the timer for the Ask an Engineer is looking at the server time, not local time. We're working on that. We'll fix that next time. Okay, and then someone would like to know how to play games on the Lull Shield. Oh, you could do that.
I don't know. I'm sure somebody's written games for it. I don't know offhand. You can also check the webpage.
There might be some easier ways to do it with just the LED matrix, too.
I know that the I2C pins are not. No, you know what? I know someone did something with a Wiimote because the I2C pins were available, and so they connected the Wiimote.
What was it? Was that an Epilogue Legend 3060X in the video with the fluorescent on? No,
that's a Mini.
We use an Epilogue Mini, but we upgraded to a 60-watt laser.
Oh, my nose is itchy.
Okay. And then, we're done.
Okay, great. 4 questions next week.
Okay, next week will be a big question week. So let's go to the.
That's a cat.
There's a cat. Let's go to the trivia.
Hey guys, I'm back again today with another.
Peggy's back. Let's go to the trivia questions. It's trivia question time. Lady Ada, what are the rules?
The rules are if you've won a fantastic prize for the trivia question, you can't enter again because we want everyone to win one. So sit on your hands or type it into another window or go get a sandwich or pet your cat. The first person with the correct answer with spelling and all that good stuff in the window is the winner. The winner wins a Makey Makey.
We're gonna
Everybody loves Makey Makey. So So you had one, you had a second one.
Okay, so let me get the quiz question ready. The first person to type this in, spelling counts, guys.
Okay.
The first person to type this in wins. This trivia question comes in from John Janier. John Janier.
So you know Bodhi plots are involved.
John Janier, a very important part of Adafruit.
Just kidding, no Bodhi plots.
All right, here it is. Over 65 years ago, tomorrow, the first manned supersonic flight was made in this aircraft. The pilot named the plane in honor of his wife. Who was the pilot, and what did he name the plane? You have to get both. The name of the pilot
and the plane.
And the name of the plane.
And you have to spell it right.
And you should try to spell it right, because you know.
I'm going to grab this cat, because the cat's right here.
The name of the pilot and the name of the plane.
Cat. I got it. No, poor cat.
Name of the pilot and
name
of the plane. Now, he named it after his wife. His wife's name was not Bell X1. Okay. What did he name the plane? There he goes. Damaging 333. Chuck Yeager, Glamorous Glennis.
Glennis. Okay, good. Somebody found it.
There it is. Thank you so much. You got it.
All right, email support at Adafruit to and we'll send you out a make
Thank you so much. We will, of course, if you didn't win, don't worry. Come back next week. We always have a prize. We always do this.
Yeah.
We have a house cat. Yeah, this is MOSFET's last time being here for at least for this.
Yeah. Well, we'll have him on the show in the future.
Yeah. Lots of things are crazy in flux. We'll have a lot of things. We're going to hopefully be broadcasting from the new place. We may decide to switch Ask an Engineer to a different time in the future. We're still debating about that. Let me see Mr. Cat. He's freaking out a little bit.
Yeah, he's like, I don't like that everything is gone.
All right. Don't forget, if you won the prize, do email support@adafruit.com. This is the house cat. Meow, 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 meow. All right. Most of all, thank you, everybody, so much for getting us here. Every single person who's ever placed an order, you've helped Adafruit grow. We promise we will always be the company that you invested your time, money, and interest in. We will see you. Yeah, there's cat. We'll see everybody next week on the show and tell. And we'll see everybody on Ask an Engineer. And stay tuned to the blog this week. We're going to have lots of cool things about our move. And we are going to pass out now. Good night, everybody. Thanks, John. Thanks, George. Thanks, Phil. Thanks for everybody in the show and tell.
We did an extra long show.
Yeah.
Even though we're so tired.
Yeah. George gave us an extra 5 minutes and we took advantage of it.
Play him out, Zener Cat.
Okay. Here comes your moment of Zener.